But you did come to the theatre eventually, isn't that right? Indeed. Anxious to see how the show is progressing, I made my way to the theatre. Let's see. My journey took about 10 minutes by car. Could he actually be at the theatre in them 10 minutes, killing the victim? Allow me to stab at reading your mind. Aha. Could I have been at the theatre during those 10 minutes killing the victim? How in the... But no, I took a taxi. The driver can attest to that. Feel free to call the taxi company if my word doesn't satisfy you. The driver's a big fan of the ratings, Roger. I even gave him my card. He gave the driver his card. That was very clever of him. You might as well give it up, lad. Questioning the real magic is a fool's errand. Besides, you know very well what I was doing in the time of the incident.
Hold it!
What was this other TV show you were working on? My own special project, you'll see. One moment, perhaps this is more appropriate. It's a Ratings Roger special production, yeah, hang loose, baby. It's called Desperation Regeneration. He switched personas just to say that. Alright, fuck it, I'm gonna give him a new persona then. It's canon. Right. Washed Up has been singing and comedians get together and play musical chairs. The winner of the game's given a second chance at their career. A priceless prize for chumps who washed up too early in life. Sounds great, huh? Might I suggest you appear on that show, Mr. Justice? As the ex-lawyer who used to make ridiculous bluffs in court and faded sadly into obscurity. And let the ratings rider produce my TV debut? Not in this lifetime. You have great reactions. Who knows? TV might be your true calling. Or YouTubing. Oh, whose side are you on? In any case, I was overseeing production of the programme during the Penrose performance. Do ask my staff if you doubt my claim. How do you know these staff members aren't encouraged for you? I'm making my business to perform solo. My magic has neither need nor want of assistance. After all, one of them could reveal my secrets behind my magic, could they not? So he doesn't trust anybody, yeah? He's the complete opposite of true, see? There were many people there in the studio audience who saw the witness as well. Even if he'd been unable to persuade his own staff to cover for him, he could not have convinced so many complete strangers to do the same. He's really made a rock-solid alibi for himself. Yeah, it's almost too good, you know. Eerie how perfect it is. Has all been revealed to you by now? And there it is, a simple and perfect alibi. No tricks, no gimmicks, just the truth.
Hold it!
I've got it. Do you have a brother? A brother who looks exactly like you, maybe? Again with the twins business. You think the audience will let you get away with using the same gimmick twice in a row? If you don't believe him, Defense, why not investigate for yourself? Though I'm sure your efforts will prove to be thoroughly fruitless. Yeah, I guess the twins theory is a little far-fetched. His alibi really is airtight. I believe we've heard enough. While I believe the witness does indeed harbour ill will against the defendant, There's no reason to doubt he was at the TV station at the time of the incident. Yes, the facts proved it was impossible for the witness to have been involved with this crime. Ugh. These last rites for the victim have dragged on long enough. The soul of the victim himself is so bored it's resting on top of your head, Your Honour. It is? The time has come. Let us punish the sinner and guide the victim's soul to the Twilight Realm. Apollo, Truce will be thrown in prison and we'll be out of a job. But if you catch tasty fishies, will you sell me some at a good price? I told you, I've zero intention of going off on a tuna boat. Think, Justice, you gotta figure this out. It's no use. I can't find a single flaw. So what now? Oh, behold my never-ending magic show. Come for the awe-inspiring showmanship of the great Mr Reus, and stay for my grand illusion until the end of time. Ah! Ha 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 ha! Wait, is he saying we're still trapped inside some sort of illusion of his? Could it be? You know what, Mr Ratings? I guess we have been been spectators to the elaborate illusion you prepared for us. An illusion that has subtly turned our attention towards something you wanted us to see. What are you going on about, lad? Have you got something, Apollo? I just remembered something Trucy'd said about misdirection. What a magician says is there really isn't, and what they say isn't there actually is. If we've all been taken for a ride by Mr Ratings' magic, maybe he's made us see something that wasn't really there. Time to rethink all my assumptions about the case. What have we been made to believe was there when it actually wasn't? What have we taken to believe to be the absolute facts of the case? If I re-evaluate the validity of all these things, then just maybe... Athena, there's something uncanny about this case. Okay, what is it? Ratings' alibi is too perfect. That's true. It's like it's impossible to break no matter how hard we try. But maybe that's the trick. Maybe that's exactly what he wants us to think. I'm not following. We're not making any headway here because we've been so focused on breaking his alibi. Oh, I think I get it. You're saying he's using misdirection on us, right? It's definitely a possibility. Would the defence care to share with everyone what it's discussing over there? Your Honour, we believe that if we were to reconsider a certain assumption, we may finally arrive at the truth. In fact, I think we'll even finally see who's hiding behind the curtain, so to speak. And what's this certain assumption you're thinking of? This is the one key assumption we've taken for granted the whole time. The accuracy of the crime wasn't in the theatre but the TV station. Mr Ratings brought the victim's body to the theatre after the fact. Foolish lawyer. Were that true, what about the body you witnessed during the show? Don't you know it's rude to ask our tricks done, Professor Sadmardi? I fucking said Professor again. God damn it. I've been so good about that, and now I've... And don't you know it's rude to make far-fetched claims, Mr. Justice? I'll brush up on courtroom manners 101 again, just for you, Your Honour. Alright, the murder could really have only taken place at the theatre, which means... What if the culprit was somewhere other than the theatre at the time of the crime? What if there was some way to commit the murder without actually being there? If that was the case, Mr. Rating's perfect alibi would become irrelevant.
Objection!
How could one person stab another to death with a sword without physically being there? Furthermore, we all saw what appears to be the culprit's shadow in the footage.
Objection!
Can we just as easily assume the shadow does not belong to the culprit? If it's not the culprit, then whose is it? I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm on the right track. We've all seen something that looks like this shadowy shape before, Your Honour, during the magic show itself. In that case, please point it out in the show footage for us. This is the thing that looks suspiciously similar to the shadowy figure of the culprit.
Take that!
Huh? Mr. Justice, how does that even remotely resemble this shadowy figure? I thought it looked pretty similar. Do you not think so? What the fuck? Not in the slightest. Ah, that's funny. They look perfectly shady to me. And your logic's even shadier. God fucking damn it. I'm not sure what it's referring to then.
Take that!
I know that's wrong, but I need to take another look at this. Oh. No, fuck this, I'm looking it up. I've got absolutely no idea what the hell this wants from me in the slightest. Yeah, it turns out the solution is not clicking the thing that makes the shadow, it is clicking the shadow itself.
Take that!
Doesn't this shadow resemble the suspicious shadowy figure? Now you mention it, it does, doesn't it? Miss Wright, can you identify this shadow for the court? Let's see. I believe that's Mr. Hat's shadow. It's from when he's being pulled up to the stage from the catwalk overhead by wire. Then could this shadow that's been shown later in the footage be Mr. Hat too? No, not possible. After Mr. Hat was pulled up to the catwalk, he stayed up there. In other words, the second shadow is from some other figure being pulled up. Some other figure? I'm afraid you have to be more specific than that, Mr. Justice. He's right. We've come this far. I'll just have to figure out from the clues I have on hand. What's the second shadow showing the footage? Got to be poor Manov, hasn't it?
Take that!
If we consider what's happening on stage at the time, there's only one answer. The shadow belongs to the fake Mr. Reus. In other words, Mr. Man of Mystery. The victim? Please take a look at the prank plane script. Mr. Mystery was to pretend to be dead and then fly up in the air after that. Isn't that right, Mr. Ratings? Indeed, and what of it? I contend that's exactly what happened. The victim was wearing a stunt harness around his waist. It was most likely attached to a stunt wire so it could be pulled up into the air. You're suggesting that after pretending to be dead in the coffin, the victim flew up into the air just as the prank script says? Exactly. We just couldn't see him go flying up because the dragon was blocking the view. And that's the last trick, ladies and gentlemen. This is the true piece de resistance of how the culprit's murderous magic show. Don't tell me you've got it all figured out. Yeah, I think so. We can just look beyond Mr. Ratings' last bit of misdirection. We should finally be able to see the real truth. The victim must have been pulled up through the catwalk just like Mr. Hat. And hit the cushion up there with a considerable force. I just have to figure out what else happened up there at the time. Are you ready to elaborate, Mr. Justice? Yes, Your Honour, I'm ready. In that case, please answer me this. Why did the culprit make the victim fly into the air like that? Just why did the culprit have the victim fly up after he appeared in the coffin? And how did the victim actually die? When he was only pretending to be dead in the coffin. If we can figure out how these two questions relate, the answer should be clear. Could it be Mr. Mystery must have thought he was still just part of the prank when he appeared on stage? He probably didn't suspect a thing until he was being pulled into the air. After Miss Wright was called backstage just as the set piece fell. But the culprit had already planted the real murder weapon in a cushion in the catwalk. It was probably a knife or a blade of some kind. Huh? You mean? Yeah, it really was a magical murder. Just as the prank script says, Mr. Mystery was whisked up into the air. and straight onto a blade in the catwalk. In other words, the murder was committed remotely through the use of a magic trick. Huh? Remotely? Using this method, it wouldn't matter where Mr. Ratings was at the time of death. But how exactly does it work, Mr. Justice? Just before the murder occurred, the dragon set piece was set up in the catwalk, and it was Mr. Man of Mystery It and Mr. Man of Mystery were connected to each other by wire at the time. By carrying out the prank plan, Betty made the dragon set piece fall, which caused Mr. Mystery to rocket straight up and into the blade in the cushion. The cushions aren't enough to be hidden from the audience view. That's why nobody saw the blade. Oh, the big gash in Mr. Hat's cape. The blade must have been set up overhead sometime before the magic show. Mr. Hat must have been slashed by it too when he was pulled up by the cushion. I can't believe it. I had no idea. I was told Trucy would freak out if I made the set piece fall. That's the only reason I did it. You were used, Betty. Roger Ratings used you. I thought he was my little puppet to boss around, but it was the other way around. After the incident occurred, Mr. Ratings arrived at the theatre. He got the murder weapon and swapped the rubber sword for the bloodied steel one. That's also when he lowered the victim's body down the stage. But how do you have time to do all that? When the set piece fell, the audience was evacuated from the building. He was able to do all those things after the fact because there was no one around to see. A horrific murder camouflaged by a spectacular magic show? That sounds like the kind of murder only a magician could pull off. As long as the show proceeded as was scripted, Mr. Mystery was doomed to die. That's why it was you, Mr. Ratings, who killed the victim, all the way from the TV station. This prank plan, or shall I say murder plan, proves your murderous intent. Camera!
사토라이 마음만 너무 사마시데 다시 늦게 달아갔어요, 소로가!
Enough. You dim-witted, ignorant, imbecilic, putrid red pepper. He can't possibly have a counter-argument to make. Talk about not knowing when to let it go and move on. Do you have a rebuttal or something, Prosecutor said Marty? No blade of any kind was found in the catwalk, which means you have no evidence to support your theory. But Mr. Ratings retrieved it after the fact, which still leaves you with no way to prove your wildly fantastic remote murder theory. But without proof, it does not make more sense to believe that the murder was committed there on the stage. That's where the bloodstained sword was found, after all. That's a very good point. As the only person who could have committed the crime there on that stage, Drusy Wright remains the prime suspect. It would appear what you call truth is little more than a cheap parlour trick. In the end, you have done nothing to prove the accused's innocence. It's time at last to let go and move on. Are you seeing this, magnifique gallery? Your magic is exacting punishment on your granddaughter. The Gamma-Ray name is done for. Apollo, we need to hit them with a decisive piece of evidence here. I know, that's just what I'm thinking. Mr. Justice, do you or don't you have anything to prove that the witness committed this remote murder you proposed? Of course I do, Your Honour. The entire incident was carried out exactly according to the script. Right, so theoretically there should be no evidence for us to find or use, which means the best bet is to see if something unscripted happened. There's got to be something Ratings couldn't have foreseen. Once I find it, I'll expose his trick. Get ready, Mr. Ratings, because I'm about to reveal the secret of your magic. There are no tricks and gimmicks here, just good old-fashioned logic. As long as the magic show went as scripted, the murder would happen without fail. Everything in this case was carefully planned so that no evidence would be left behind. Still, one thing happened that definitely weren't in the plan. Bonnie made a mistake. Bonnie made a mistake during Trucy's escape trick. What mistake did Bonnie make? Her life choices. Fuck it. No, I should never say a person's life choices are a mistake. I'm sure she can be a great magician someday if she works hard at it. Good luck, Bonnie. Anyway, back to the case. Got a trophy out of that too. Mr. Hat's position. Mr. Hat's placed in the wrong spot. Because when he placed Mr. Hat to the right of the coffin set to the left, Trucy had to reappear on the side of the stage coffin opposite the one in the show's script. The culprit didn't know that when he first arrived at the theatre, which means he was bound to make a slip-up when he tampered with the crime scene. Which part of the culprit's cover-up attempt was affected by Trucy's new position? The blood was on the wrong side of the coffin too. Thinking Trucy had appeared on the left, the culprit must have put the blood in the left hole. But the blood was eventually discovered in the right hole during the police investigation. If the killer originally put the blood on the left side, that means he must have tampered with the scene again afterwards to make it line up with the facts. And that's why his fingerprints are backwards on the inside. To make the crime scene consistent with the facts, swap the coffin sides. The culprit swapped the coffin sides. The left and hand panels of the coffin are interchangeable. The culprit must have switched the two panels to make the blood stain fit the facts. But the switch might have also given rise to something unnatural. Oh, I remember now. There was something unnatural about the coffin, and it's just the evidence I need. Sorry, Mr. Ratings, but I have some very conclusive proof of your guilt. Another bluff, is it? There's no way you have anything of the kind. My magic's real. No, there are tricks and gimmicks to it, just like any other illusion. What? After the murder, you switched the left and right panels of the coffin, didn't you? And because you did, you left behind something very unnatural for us to find. This proves Roger Ratings tampered with the crime scene after the murder took place. Just making sure I have the right thing.
Take that!
The fingerprinting results. What about the fingerprints is unnatural? Let's take a look at the prints the victim left inside the coffin, shall we? If the victim was facing forward in the coffin, the prints would have looked like this. However, what we found was they were facing the opposite direction. Quite unnatural for the prints to be facing that way, wouldn't you say? Ah, it is strange, isn't it? But how they get this way? They got this way because the culprit thought the magic show had gone according to the script. The culprit thought Mr. Rat would be on the left side of the coffin. Miss Wright would also pop up to the left of the coffin per the show's script. He then assumed she had thrust the sword into the hole on the left side of the coffin, which is why he put the blood in the left hole when he was trying to cover up the crime. But sometime after leaving the blood stain, the culprit must have realised his mistake and found that due to avoiding his mistake, Mr. Rat was in the right hand of the coffin. And that despite the script, Miss Wright had thrust the sword into the hole on the right. In short, the hole with the blood on it was the side opposite of the one truce he used. To make the blood's location fit the fact, he had to tamper with the evidence yet again. So he tried to cover his tracks by switching the coffin's left and right panels. And that's how the fingerprints in the coffin ended up backwards. The culprit switched the two side panels around. The print ended up facing the opposite direction. Instead of going to all that trouble with the panels, why didn't the culprit just wipe the blood away and redo it the other side? I'm afraid that wouldn't have worked, Your Honour, because of a little something called luminol testing. Oh, right, luminol. I'd almost forgot. Luminol detects trace amounts of blood even if it's been wiped away, right? That's right. Wiping the blood away would have only served as proof of his meddling. How about it, Mr. Ratings? Did a pretty good job figuring out your trick, eh?
Objection!
Tracy Wright could have done the same just as easily. You've no proof that it was the witness who tampered with the evidence. But I do have proof. What? A person who was in the magic show would never have made the mistake of putting the blood on the wrong side. First of all, Miss Wright, whoops, got ahead of myself there. Least of all, Miss Wright, who surely would have remembered she was on the other side. Oh my, you're absolutely right! Why, you impudent. I'm sure you realise by now, Prosecutor, said Marty, you claim that Ms. Wright is the culprit doesn't hold up.
Objection!
You and the accused are most certainly bound for hell. Really, Miss Wright and I? Because I think you're the one with a ticket there for trying to convict an innocent girl. Yeah, get fucked by your own prayer beads, church boy. Prosecutor said, Marty, are you alright? As for the true culprit, he's someone who knew about the show was supposed to go but didn't actually see it. And someone who had the chance to tamper the crime scene after the incident. The only person who fits the bill is you, Roger Ratings. Gamma-ray! All the secrets to your tricks have been revealed. And with no tricks left, I'm afraid your show's been cancelled. Permanently. All my secrets have been revealed, you say? Don't make me laugh, boy. Mine is the true real magic. There's no secrets. Behold, ladies and gentlemen, the true power of the great Mr Reus. Witness of magic far greater than true gamma rays. Behold. Crumble. Fall to my furious flame. The great Mr Reus will bring an end to you all. And now for the final layer to the gamma ray flame. Right there, right now, you two shall burn. Huh? No, that isn't right. I'm the victim here. What? Stop. No. Curse you, Gamma Ray! Curse those Gamma Rays. It's all because of them. Even now they wound me. Curse them all to the abyss. Do you really hate us that much? Does your hatred run that deep? Deep enough to kill an innocent man? You're damn right. You have no idea what humiliations I had to suffer. Your grandfather, Magnifique Gamma Ray, kicked me out after I got hurt practicing my magic. He said I was still unskilled, that I would mess up on stage. Threw me out the troupe just because he was worried about his own reputation. Since I was but a child, I'd always been my dream to become a great magician. But that Magnifique took it all from me. But that's no excuse. No reason to do something so evil. Magic's supposed to make people happy, not as means for murder. Oh, what's the big deal? I just used what I had available to me, that's all. I get it now. That attitude towards magic is why my grandfather kicked you out. You don't deserve to call yourself a magician. deserve. I don't know about that. After all, you were completely taken in by my magic, were you not? If not for that lawyer over there, you'd be on your way to prison as we speak. You're right. I didn't see through your tricks. You see, in the end, Troop Gamere was defeated by the great Mr Reus. Oh, you're not fit to lecture me from on high, Trucy Wright. You don't even deserve to call yourself a magician, you naive greenhorn. Take it, Gamere. You lose. If anyone needs to learn to let it go and move on, it's this guy. The court of my prison can go burn the flames of my creation. Bailiff, take Mr. Ratings away and bring a fire extinguisher to be safe. Looks like we've reached the end. I feel as though I've been watching a grand magic show. It was close, but we just barely made it through somehow. Hey, why does Trucy look so down? Ms. Wright? Yes, Your Honour. I'm about to announce my verdict. Can I see that wonderful smile of yours? The smile of a true entertainer, as I do? Yes, Your Honour. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Trucy Wright, not guilty. Court is adjourned. Thank you for everything, Polly. Oh, Trucy, grazie a Dio. Now you can open your show tomorrow just as planned. Yep, and all thanks to you two. Oh, but now that Mr. Reus is gone, I'll need to find somebody to replace him. I don't like the way she's looking at me. Trucy, I'm so sorry about everything. Hey, what are you apologising for? Roger Ratings used us. We're victims too. He even made me an accomplice to murder. But Betty, we had to take some of the blame for this, you know. Even if we didn't know he was planning to kill Mr. Mystery, we did cooperate with him. It's all my fault, isn't it? Neither one of you is to blame. The only thing wrong is the person who used magic to commit murder, and that's Roger Ratings. Don't you think I know that? Say what you want, but don't think for a second that I don't still hate you. I guess she really does hate me. But Betty, why? You used to be a huge fan of Trucy's. Shut up! I always hated her. Really? But if we hadn't seen Trucy's magic show, we never would have tried to become professional magicians ourselves, right? Speak for yourself. Betty, you still have her autograph from that. Just shut up! Was she acting this way the whole time because she secretly loves Trucy? Wow, Trucy, I never knew being the best could be that tough. come on, Bonnie, we're leaving. We have to get ready for tomorrow's show. You're really excited about performing with Trucy again, aren't you? Not true, zip it, dummy. Have I ever mentioned how much I fucking hate the... Oh, what do you fucking call it now? Sundari, that's the name, Sundari. I fucking hate that trope, it's so stupid. Can't fucking stand it. Anyway. Polly? Do you really think I'm a naive greenhorn? Eh? No way, she's not. Trucy, don't tell me you take what Mr Reus said to heart. Maybe a little. I didn't see through his tricks and let myself get taken in by his magic. I can't trust myself anymore. Maybe he was right to call me a greenhorn. You shouldn't take stock in his words. He don't know the first thing about you. Huh? You're a wonderful Gamma-Ray magician. You should be proud of yourself. Thank you, Apollo, but what makes you say that? I know you're a wonderful Gamma-Ray magician because of this.
Take that!
My grandfather's notebook? The Gamma-Ray Creed. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. When you perform your magic trick in court today, you showed the world your dedication to the troops' creed. Even for all the cheering, you kept a smile on your face and won the crowd over. You're everything Magnifique could have hoped for in there. You're a great magician, Trucy. A great magician? Me? You really are. That's right. You don't have to worry about what ratings said. Oh, Polly, thank you. Still, I couldn't have done it without you. I would have lost my nerve if I'd been up there alone. But as I would keep on smiling because of you. Me? I remember what you said to me in the detention centre. Your words are what kept me going. Apollo, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now I can be everything I was meant to be. Trucy's real smile is the best. I'm so glad I could help make that happen. Emma? I'm really sorry, Trucy, for everything. But why? Well, I wasn't able to convince Prosecutor Sad Marty what a good person you are. I had to testify against you too. You have nothing to apologise for. You're just doing your job. Oh, you're too kind. Oh, I don't know about... Huh? Is something wrong, Emma? Oh! Prosecutor said, Marty, what are you doing here? Detective Sky. I require your forensic expertise in order to close this case. Come on, let us go. Wait, Prosecutor said Marty. The trial is over, Mr. Justice. You and I are strangers once more with no further need to interact. Strangers? Have you really forgotten all about me? Huh? You really changed now, Yuta. Tell me to let it go and stuff. What happened to you? Pure soul. I have nothing to say to the likes of you. Are you serious now, Tor? No, Yuta. Now, if you'll excuse me. There he goes. What was all that about, Apollo? How do you know Prosecutor Samadhi? Let's just say we're old acquaintances. Acquaintances? See, that's something more than that. Yeah, well, you don't act like a man and... You don't like a man to talk... Fuck's sake. You don't like to talk about your past, do you? Because you always change the subject. Guess I'll have to talk about it someday. But for now, come on, let's forget about the past and celebrate Truce's future. Sure, if you say so. Hey, it's Mr. Right. Put him on speakerphone, Apollo. What's up, Mr. Right? Apollo, how's Trucy? What happened at the trial? Did you get a not guilty verdict? Mr. Right, slow down. Everything's fine. Hi, Daddy. I'm okay now. She was found not guilty in a very dramatic turnabout. Plus, we saved the office. It was a great victory for Apollo. Oof, it's a load off my mind. I can't thank you enough, Apollo. Now I can trust you to hold down the fort any time. Me? Really? Yes, you. You're a real full-fledged lawyer now in my eyes. A full-fledged lawyer? Still can't wrap my mind around it. Thank goodness you were there to take care of everything, and thank you, Apollo. No need to go that far, boss. Especially not in front of everyone. Oh, and by the way, I won't be able to make it to tomorrow's show, so I was hoping you could go. You'll do that for me, won't you? Of course, I wouldn't miss it for the world. Full-fledged. So Daddy asked you to come to tomorrow's show, huh? As my assistant, right? No, he just asked me to go cheer you on. Okay, I'll be sure to send you the best seat in the house, Polly. Best seat in the house? I really appreciate the thought, but... Good, then it's settled.
Objection!
I should have known. That this is what she meant. A magical girl, Trissy Wright, will now be filming her greatest illusion yet. There are no tricks or gimmicks here, ladies and gentlemen. This is real magic. Wait a minute, you're kidding, right? There is a trick or gimmick, right? I'm too young to die. Now then, Mr. Hat, you know what to do with that sword. No, wait, stop. No! And that's how Trissy and Gamma landed in on a rousing high note. With a big round of applause and Polly's ear-splitting screams. What kind of an ending's that?